Thank you all for being here. It's a pleasure to share with you this time. We are going to talk about self-love. Then let me start by asking you a question. What is self-love for you? Maybe you think that you have come here because I'm going to explain you, and I will, but I prefer to know what is your idea about self-love. What do you understand when I say that loving yourself is so important? Anyone wants to share?
Love is feeling peace inside.
Yeah, totally true. Any other idea aside of that we have to accept ourselves, the good and the bad?
Forgiving yourself.
Yes, thank you. Can see you're an advanced student.
Appreciating yourself.
Yes, that's so important because what happens is that we have an inner chat. We tend to believe everything our mind is telling us. And let me tell you that this is not good for you. Don't believe everything your mind is telling you because it's not true. Then this negative self-talk, there is a moment where it can be too much. And we all have this. I'm not going to say that it's normal because I don't believe it is. But it happens to all of us that in certain moments in time, we stop loving ourselves and we start being our best enemies. Then, as you said, the unconditional acceptance of who we are and the appreciation of the things that we have, that people say or call this self-esteem. I appreciate myself because I have good qualities in me, but self-esteem is not what self-love is about. It's just a part of it. And as you said, self-love is a bigger concept that includes self-forgiveness. When I made mistakes, I have a wonderful tool that is the opportunity to forgive myself and continue with my life. Because if not, it's when I'm stuck in a moment in time where things don't change because I continue repeating myself the same story. Let's imagine that I have a bad job interview, and I go there, and I don't believe that I did a great job. I couldn't sell myself. Then I spend the rest of my day just beating myself up because I believe that I made a mistake. Maybe I got the job, but they didn't tell me in the interview. But I invest so many hours just thinking that I'm silly, that I'm not going to get the job, that something is going to happen. And we have the tendency to do this. And this is what self-love is about. Stopping beating yourself up, stopping being your worst enemy. But any other idea about what self-love can include? Now help me a little bit.
Doing those things that are important for you to feel well.
Oh, yes. Thank you. We go through life saying that, oh, I'm unfulfilled, things are not working for me, but we postpone our desires. We don't invest time in ourselves, and then we complain that our life doesn't look like the way we want. It's like if I like to dive, and the last time I dived, it was 7 years ago. I like to go for learn to dance. I like to do a lot of things that I never find the time to do. Then think about how your life will look like. And instead of postponing everything that is important for you, you make yourself the priority of your life. How many of you want to be happy? Martin, no? Oh, okay. How many of you consider yourself happy? Okay. I saw the hands like this when I said, now it's like more or less. Then perfect that you are here because the idea is to explain you that self-love and happiness are intimately connected. That one will go with the other. Why? Because when you love yourself, you live your life differently. Love is the highest vibration that exists. Love is what will open the doors of the life that you want to create. It's what will allow you to manifest whatever you want in your life. And I'm not kidding. I'm going to repeat it just for you to understand. Love the energy that is love, will allow you to manifest whatever you want in your life. And this is so important because a person that loves herself just chooses the people and the experiences that demonstrate this love that already has for herself or himself. Then this is about choosing. Loving yourself is a daily decision. And making yourself happy is also a daily decision. Then maybe in your mind the question is, okay, that sounds very good, but how am I going to do that? How I can be sure that I'm doing that things that will allow me to be happy? If I say that you can choose, how will you start choosing differently? And next time I will ask you the question, your hand will be like, yes, I'm so happy. Is it possible to be happy, 100% happy? Yes, not all the time. Things happen in life. Life becomes complicated. There are challenges. I understand that all of you may be thinking, well, she doesn't know all the things that are happening right now in my life. No, I don't know, but I can imagine, because they are happening in my life too. Then we are just here on earth to be students of love. The most important thing that you want to understand is, what is this of love? Then let's come back to the concept of self-love. We were saying that it's self-acceptance, self-appreciation, forgiveness, do the things that are important for you. Any other idea at the moment?
Take care of your health.
Yes, self-care. We usually are confused because we think that loving ourselves is coming to yoga, doing a massage, the manicure and pedicure, and self-care is so important. It's just a part. But taking care of yourself means taking care of yourself totally, mind, body, and spirit. Then there are certain activities that maybe you now have forgiven that might be important. You have to see how you can include all of these things to really love yourself totally. But loving yourself has to be like being there for you all the time and no matter what. Then how? How is possible that you take care of yourself better? Do you imagine one thing that just by being here, listening to my words today, you can do differently in order to take care of your better? Is there anything coming to your mind? Just one little thing.
Go to bed earlier.
For example. For other people, maybe to get up earlier and to have these 15 minutes to invest in meditation. For other people, will be find a way to sleep better at night, that when you get up, you feel rested. For other people, will be eating differently. For other people, will be doing more activity or less activity during the day. Have you practiced doing nothing recently?
Yeah.
And how it feels?
Taking naps.
Okay, this is sleeping. But just doing nothing, being conscious of, I'm not going to do anything. How does it feel? Nobody wants to do that. You know why? Because it's so difficult. Because then you are in the best company that you can be, that is in your company. The most important relationship that you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. Then I invite you to master it, because for sure you are going to be with you 24 hours. Then what can you change regarding your body, but also regarding your mind? There are activities that will help, will demonstrate that you love yourself. You cannot love something that you don't know what it is. When you meet someone and you are interested in this person, do you want to know more about this other person? Will you ask questions? Yeah?
Yes.
Are you doing the same with yourself? Or you just say that you were born like this and this is the way it is? What can you do, apart of attending lectures like this, or going to seminars, workshops, meditate, stay with yourself, doing nothing. When you are in silence, when your revolutions calm down, when you are still at peace, is when this other voice that you have inside of you that also talks can be listened. When there is a voice screaming inside of you, usually it's your ego telling you something. The ego wants to protect you and usually tells, don't do this, don't do that, or it tries to keep you in an area where things are working the same. There is this other voice that whispers, that you can only listen when you are at peace. It's the voice of your heart, it's your inner wisdom. It's your soul telling you that there are some changes that you need to make in order to improve your life. Then a way to listen to this voice is to ask yourself questions. And as I was saying, you want to know something about someone else, ask. When you want to know something about you and your life, just ask. One thing that you can do is to use this sentence from now on in front of every decision that you have to make in your life. It doesn't matter if it's a big decision or a small decision. It works the same. Ask yourself, if I love myself, what is the best decision for me now? And don't forget the now, because what is good for you in this moment may not be good for you in 2 months. Life changes. Then it's important that you stop in front of the pizza and the salad, but in front of staying here or moving to another country, continue doing the same work or choosing this doctor or that doctor. What is the best decision for me now allows you this space that you need to figure out what is the best for you. We have the tendency to go through life in autopilot. We don't realize that this part of our brain called unconscious make a lot of decisions for us. When I say in autopilot, I don't want to give it negative connotations. What I say is that we are wired in a certain way to react in front of the same events the same way. We don't even think about. And this happens a lot in relationships. We just react. What I'm trying here to explain you is that I want to invite you to respond, to pause for a second, and to live your life with certain awareness of what is important for you. A person that loves himself doesn't compare his life with others or his person with others. Why? He doesn't even need to criticize or judge others, the same way he doesn't need to criticize himself. How is that possible, that you stop caring about what the rest of the world thinks about you? It's possible because you know that you are unique, that there is no other one like you, that you are here for a reason. And what you have to do, and the gifts that you have been given to do, only you can do that. Only you can be the creator of your life. Your life is not my life. We are here together, but we are walking different paths. Then there is no need to go around others trying to see if they are better, bigger, or smarter than you, because this is not the reason why you are here. You are just here to learn how to love and how to be loved. Because love is an energy. It's not a theory. This is not a philosophy or a concept that I'm explaining you. Love is a verb, and it has to be demonstrated into action. Then what actions can you take to demonstrate that you really love yourself? Is there anything that is coming to your mind?
Creative expression.
Thank you. You have to be yourself, authentically you, because there is no other one like you. And the world will be different if you don't express your talents and your gifts, if you don't share who you are. Then just simplify your life. Go and be yourself. You don't need to do anything else. Sounds like a good idea? You seem so serious. I don't think that... Okay, sounds like a good idea? Is this simpler or more complicated to just be yourself?
In the beginning, more complicated. As you get courage, then it gets simpler.
Why do you think?
Because the ego will come out and say, no, you've lived like this for so long. Whoa, and start to scream, and then you kind of lose connection with this quiet inner voice.
Yeah.
So it takes some
Practice.
practice, for sure.
Exactly, action. It may feel weird, but when you practice it for a little while, you will see how your life will change totally. When you love yourself unconditionally, every area of your life will be transformed. It's going to affect everything. Your career, your level of abundance, your health, everything. Slowly, I mean, I agree that it's not going to happen in 24 hours, that you just have to build a different relationship with yourself. And this may require a little while, but the benefits are so big that I really believe that if you try just a little bit, start acting differently towards yourself, be more compassionate with yourself, be kind. Don't tell yourself anything that you won't tell to your best friend. Take care of yourself, of your health. Don't go against your body when you think that it's not working perfectly. It's just trying to do his work. It's just trying to come back to perfect health. If you want more money or more abundance, higher level of anything, focus on love. Focus on loving yourself. If you want more happiness, just be there for yourself, and you will see how you start attracting people. When you're around someone that have this level of love, you feel different. You just, because love is contagious, you just feel the energy, and something changes in you. If you want to change your life, or just a little bit the world, become happier yourself, and you will see how this will transform everything that is around you. You have a lot of power within you, power that maybe you are not using to the fullest. But you can start now. There is nothing I can say that can awake the love for yourself. These are just words, because everything you need, it's already within you. This love that we are talking about, the love for yourself, it starts right here, today, just for being here. You have made a decision. Something has changed. Maybe I just plant the seed, and this will be enough for me. It will make my day. But what I want is that you start thinking how to apply all these concepts that we are talking about. What little thing you are going to do differently tomorrow, and the day after, and next week, and next month. You can take a shower, or you can take a love shower. While the water is coming down, you can think that this is love, and you can fill yourself with this love energy. You can go around in a bad mood, or you can put a feet the first thing in the morning and ask yourself, what I'm going to do today to make myself happy? You choose, because you will have these 24 hours in front of you. You can interact with others and be pissed off, or you can just send love to everyone that you meet that day. You don't have to tell them, I love you. You just send the energy. Say it with your eyes, with your smile, with your hugs. Share the love that you already have. A lot of people think that loving oneself is selfish. Do you agree? No. Okay, good. Then I don't have to explain. It's not.
I agree that a lot of people think it's selfish.
Okay, great. Then this is sometimes something that limits our capability of loving ourselves because we don't realize, because we don't think about it, how bad we are, how we treat or mistreat ourselves, and we just keep doing it. Then awareness is the key. And how you can be aware, be just mindful of your thoughts. Be an observer of your life. You are living, you are you, but be like that you are outside of your life, like if you have a camera, and you're observing what is going on. Because at the same time that you are trying to live, you can be someone that is not judging. When you look at your life, don't say if it's good or bad, it can be better, or don't try to fix it. Just be an observer with compassion and love. You can see what is not working. The problem is that when we do this, we go like directly to the core of all of these things are not working, and I need to change my life because it's not working. No, the approach that I'm talking you about is a little bit different. What I want is that you observe your life, but don't try to say if it's good or bad, because nothing is good or bad. Emotions are not good or bad. What happens to you is not good or bad. Just look at yourself and what happened in your life. Like you are the source of all these experiences. Everything that is happening to you is happening for you. Let me say it in a different way. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening through you. Then, if you are the source of your experiences, that means not that you can blame yourself for what is happening. No. What it means is that if you take responsibility for your life, you can do something about it. You can just change your life. When I say responsibility, sometimes we hear like this weight on top of us. Taking responsibility sounds like heavy. No, what I mean is, if you're responsible, you are not a victim of the circumstances anymore. That means that your happiness depends on you. Happiness is a concept that we usually think like it's outside of us. I will be happy when I will get the money, when I will get the house, when I will get the job, when I will get the position. I will be happy. It's always in future tense. It seems that something has to happen to make me happy. Then no, this is not what happiness is about. Sorry to deceive you. Happiness is something that it's already here. Happiness is with you right now. But you have put a lot of things on top, and you cannot distinguish where is happiness anymore. Then what can be all these things? Things that happen in life. All your problems, your desires, your expectations, your ideas about what life should be, what other people told you and you never let go, all these people and situations that you never forgave, then all these things are on top of your happiness. That's the reason why you cannot touch it. But there is a moment where you can take this backpack that you carry and put it in front of you and start saying, well, okay, what is inside? And you open it and start taking up things like, oh, what my mother told me when I was 25, that I need to realize if it's true or not. Okay, let me just confront it. Okay, I can let it go, and you throw it. And you continue looking, oh, I have an unfinished business with this person. I don't need to go to talk with this person, but I need to do my forgiveness work in order to solve the relationship. Because you don't need to other person to forgive anything. You can do your 50% and it's okay. Then for one of us, this bag can be so heavy. There is a moment where you feel like you are going down because there is so much stuff. And then you come to see me and we do some sessions or you attend workshops and we do whatever we have to do. But don't wait until this moment arrives. Try to do all these things before you start feeling bad emotionally or physically. And I'm talking about self-love because I can promise that I didn't know anything about it. I was just doing the contrary, going against me. I put my health in risk. I didn't know what to do with my life. And I had to do something about it. There is a moment where life will tell you, now you are going to solve it. Then you want that life tells you this, or do you prefer to start some work about it? Because happiness, you can touch it. It's just here. You don't have to keep waiting for anything. The title of the lecture is Loving Yourself is the Solution. Why is this? Because I challenge you to tell me any problem you may have right now that love, self-love, is not capable of solving. All your problems can be solved this way. Promise.
So give us an example.
Health. Any problem of health. Let's imagine that you have a complicated illness. Okay? Let's suppose that it's cancer. Then there are two ways of looking at this situation. One is saying, I'm going to follow what everybody tells me to do, that is to remove a part of my body and help my body to heal this way. And then I remove the problem and I can continue with my life. Or I can take the self-love path. The self-love path might be more complicated and a little bit longer, but the results are, in my opinion, they last longer. Then you may have to go to the traditional way, but self-love will always be there to help you. How? Because as I told you, when you love yourself, you make decisions in your life in a different way. Then loving yourself may include, in this case, to take care of your health differently. And this is, for example, eating differently, drinking differently, living your life differently, asking for help if you need it. But it will also require some meditations on self-love. It will also require do some inner work to ask your body what it's trying to tell you, why this illness is happening to you, but not to feel the self-pity, just to understand that the same way that when you start acting, you build something in your body or your body stops working, you can do the contrary. Then what I was saying about the love bath is not a joke. You can shift the energy. This is possible, and it has been done so many times. Since ancient times, it's demonstrated that you can heal yourself. But you need to understand what is this love about? If we are talking about energy, what is this energy? Because if you have to start acting differently, what is this difference? Then a person that loves herself also have what we call, say, faith, and it's not a religious concept. It's more faith in the universe. You know that someone has your back. You know that you are never alone, and you receive guidance. This guidance will help you to find the best doctor or practitioner or therapy or whatever you need in every moment. Then love is so powerful, in this case self-love, that if you invite love into your life, it will save you. But not from any illness. Apply the same to money. If you want to manifest, love yourself no matter what. Because the money doesn't come from working hard. If you have learned that you work a lot and then you get the success and then you become happy, sorry to say that doesn't work this way. It's just the contrary. First you make yourself happy, then you get the success, and then you get the money. This is the order. And it's not my order. This is not my opinion. This is how the universe works. Then I don't put the rules. There are universal laws, like the law of attraction, that will tell you that energy attracts like energy. Then you want love? Be loving. You want more love in your life? Just put the radio station of love. In Pandora, put love songs. When you start thinking these kind of thoughts that say you're not going to make it, you are not good enough, you change the radio station and start putting nice thoughts instead of these ones. When you don't know what is not working, just try to look at your life with some perspective, and instead of judging it, do something about it. Changing is not complicated. You can do it. I believe in you. Any other example? Why you don't give me an example?
Quitting your job.
Ah, that's a great one. How many people here have been in jobs that they don't like and they didn't quit? Oh, not so much. Then, is this a present situation?
Yes.
Okay, what are you going to do about it?
I'm in the process of quitting.
What does it mean in the process of quitting? Have you present a letter or not yet?
Yes, I was doing that before coming here, so I'm so happy for this.
Congratulations. Catalina?
I know. I was documenting things, then I have to write a letter and then send an email. So love does come into the picture as I'm documenting, because I'm trying to exit with love as well toward others versus blame and criticism and judgment. So it's a test. And
Thank
I
you.
feel guilty because there are a lot of people involved, such as students. So it's a big decision.
Why do you feel guilty?
Because of the timing.
But have you done anything wrong?
No,
Have the organization met your expectations?
no,
Are you responsible for the students?
in what sense?
In what sense?
As a teacher, how I present material in the classroom, I think that's it.
Yeah, but when you quit, then you are not a teacher anymore.
Right,
Then when you quit, are you responsible for the students?
no.
Then where this guilt comes from?
I guess it's that idea.
Yeah, that's the reason why I want to come back to this. How is it possible that you let anyone down by quitting a job?
Because I guess you're hired to hold that responsibility till a certain date. But if the administration is not meeting their end, then
Then you are telling me that you don't have the right to leave until the date, that they expect you have to remain there for as many months as they ask you?
no, but there's a part of me that feels like I do or that I should.
Okay, what part of you? No, because this is helpful for all of us. Then, yeah, I'm a coach and I ask questions.
I know. The guilty part, the fearful part,
But let's imagine that it's not a job and it's a relationship. Okay? You don't want to quit, just want to get divorced. Then you have signed a paper that says that it's forever. Okay? And the good and the bad forever. But you don't want to remain there anymore. If you leave the relationship, what are you going to do? You're going to feel very guilty, no? Because you have a contract that says that this is forever. Then what will you do? To remain in the relationship forever because you have signed a paper?
you'll accept being unhappy or not doing what you want.
No, it's a question. Will you remain there being unhappy, or will you leave?
Leave.
Then, now let's come back to the job.
Leave.
Okay, then do you still feel guilty?
No, I really want to be free, and I'm excited about it, but I have to fight my own, I guess it's my own ego, or whatever it is that
The poor ego is so criticized. The poor guy have a really bad fame.
I have to work through it.
Why work through it? If you have made a decision that makes you happy, that you have been thinking for a long time with an organization that doesn't meet your expectations, You are not doing anything wrong, it seems. Can you tell me what is the problem? You cannot tell me, or there are no problems?
The only problem is that, I guess, that feeling, that fear.
The fear of what are you going to do with the rest of your life now?
That one too.
Maybe the feeling too that the other teachers, if you're quitting right before the school year ends, you had a responsibility, now they're going to have to be a substitute, so that's part of your guilt because you seem like such a responsible person.
Yes, exactly. The perception.
Thank you, but this is bullshit. This is all the good reasons. This is all the good reasons that we give to ourselves for not to move, take action, and do the things that we have to do. And I can find a long list, sorry.
Sometimes we don't want to make the change because, and I'm also a teacher and I went through something similar. And years later, talking to somebody helped me understand that I wanted to still control the classroom because I felt the kids were going to be safe with me.
Yeah.
If you come and teach, you're not going to be safe.
Thank you for sharing. I think that you had great advice, but that I say it's bullshit. And it is because you can make a long, long list of reasons why you cannot change your life. And you will say, I don't have the money, I don't have the health, I don't have... Doesn't matter. You don't have to figure out everything on your own. As I told you, there is someone out there, the universe or whoever you believe in, that has a lot of hands and helpers, beings, that are going to be there for you. But you cannot be helped unless you ask for this help. You have to give permission. Then what is important is that you made the decision. The rest of the arrangements, when are you going to live, how are you going to live, how are you going to be sure that you live this relationship with love, that you don't create more karma, that your students are taken care. This can be negotiated. But what you cannot do is to sacrifice yourself in order to be sure that other needs of other people are met before yours. This is what is important. Because if not, there is no room for change. There is going to be always someone else that can be hurt. No, I cannot get divorced because my kids. I cannot leave being a teacher because my students. No, let me tell you that if you really want to make other people happy, start by making yourself happy. Because you will change the world this way. You don't need to go to Africa and to build the schools. That will be a nice activity to do. And I hope that we all have these kind of ideas. But you just can't change your world and the world around you by doing things in the way love acts. Love is just like a map that will tell you in every situation in your life what you should do. And if you don't know, keep asking questions until you get the answers. And we can open your Akashic records if you want, but this is not the idea. The idea is that you find this wisdom inside of yourself that you have, that will tell you what is the best thing to do. And if you make a mistake, don't worry. Forgive yourself. Forgive those that make you feel whatever, because others cannot make you feel in any way. It's your own emotions coming from inside of you. Forgive and just continue with your life. Your feelings are going to be your guidance system. It's like a radar in the middle of the night that will tell you what is the path of happiness. When you make a decision and you start feeling bad, when your body starts like, it might be a sensation in the stomach, it might be here, something is wrong. Your body knows. There are people that are more sensitive. Other people will just get a gut feeling and say, oh, I told her that I'm going to do that, but I don't feel like doing it. Then you regret and you feel guilty. Then this is just clues that you are getting to be sure that you are deciding wisely or not. Let's imagine a different situation. I'm a single mother. I have 2 little kids, And my mom takes care of them. I'm also back into school, and I have to take care of my life. I don't even have personal time. I don't even know what is this about. Then in this situation, the weekend arrives, and I need to take care of my kids, clean my house. I have an exam on Monday, and my mother is asking me to go to the mall. She wants to go do shopping and see a movie and have a pizza together, family time. And I cannot do it. I'm exhausted. I have to study. My house is a mess. And I don't feel like going to the mall. But I feel guilty. But that's not totally the truth. What I don't want is to tell my mother no, because if she gets angry with me and I stop taking care of my kids, I have a big problem. Then what I'm doing is creating a relationship that is not based on love. Because nobody, well, not nobody, maybe my mom is, but I'm not being authentic. Why? Because I'm not able to express my needs. I'm not able to tell my mother what I need from her. I'm just trading. But this is not love. Love is something different. Then, if I ask myself what is the best decision for me now, what do you think I'm going to answer?
Go to the mall with your mom.
Be honest, express your needs.
Be honest with yourself and stay home.
Okay.
Honest with your moms.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to follow your advice. And then I have my mother in front of me. And even though I'm too afraid, I will say, Mom, sorry, I cannot go to the mall with you. I have an exam I need to study. We will go next week. And please, can you help me to clean my house?
Help me too much.
Then this is what love is about. This is what self-love is really about. A lot of people do the contrary. They just go to the mall and figure it out later. Then I don't pass the exam. Then my health is compromised. My kids may be happy, but they don't understand why I'm unhappy with my life. And then I finish my nights crying because nothing is changing in my life. And I'm overwhelmed. I don't get enough rest. And now when I get sick, I ask myself, how is it possible that this happened? Because I have so many activities. And of course, no time for doing nothing. Then try to keep balance in your life now. Don't wait. Is there any question at the moment? No? There are a couple of things that include self-love that we haven't talked about yet. There is an author called Christina Rillo that I like very much, a metaphor that she uses to explain the concept of self-love. She kind of has in her book, guys, don't buy it because it's only written for women, and clearly only for women, then you are not going to like it. But the idea of the tree is that there is a tree of self-love, where all these aspects that I have been talking, the self-forgiveness, self-expression, self-honor, self-care, all these things are different branches. Then when you work in any of the branches, the tree itself becomes bigger and better. Then don't try to focus on the self-love concept in general. I invite you to choose one thing, the thing that is more difficult for you, and just focus on that. If it's self-forgiveness, choose that. If you think that you need more self-care, maybe it's self-expression. You just have to say what is important for you and to express your needs. Maybe you need to learn how to set up boundaries. That's a really good one. Practice to say no when you want to say no, and say yes when you want to say yes. Because we have a tendency to just do the contrary. We want to say no, but we keep saying yes and yes and yes and yes. But there is someone here that pays the consequences, and it's you. If you think that everything that you do against yourself, it's forgotten, sorry, but you are mistaken. Someone is is writing a list of all these things and praying that you realize that there is a different way to live your life and to be happy. Then if you don't believe that you can be happy, just be happier. Happier than 1 hour ago, or happier than 1 month ago. Focus on that little thing that will change your life. When we become adults, we don't have any kid here. We have Sophie, but she doesn't count. She's a good example of unconditional self-love. Pets are just masters of that. They are totally present in the moment, just ready to love you without any idea of who you are or exchanging love. And nobody is going to ask her to be a cat. She's a dog, and we understand that she barks. But in relationships, we do something different. We want that the other people change. We want that the things met our expectations. And we go through life, and we are more serious, and we forget that there has to be time to play. Then go to this inner child that it's already inside of all of you and ask, what do you need? What can I do for you? Are you still there? And do the things that you like. Let me tell you that time is inelastic. Then your thoughts create your reality. If you go through life saying that, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time, this is what you are going to live by. You are not going to have time for anything. It's impossible that you will be present because there is so much pressure coming from inside of you saying that there is no time for anything. If you change your thoughts, you will change your reality. Then your relationship with time can change right here, right now. And you will have more time. Suddenly you will have the same 24 hours, but divided into different intervals. And you will have more time for those activities that are really important for you. Don't ask me how it happens. I only know that it happens this way. And it happens the same with the rest. When you focus your attention and your intention in something is where your energy goes. Then as I was telling you, if you choose one of these aspects, whatever it is, self-pleasure, self-care, self-esteem, self-compassion, kindness, establishing boundaries, self-honesty, don't lie to yourself because it doesn't make sense, really. Just choose one and focus during one certain period of time in that aspect. And when you believe that this is master, just go to the next one. But don't take it so seriously. What I'm talking about is to make your life easier and better. And this can be done easily. These are not complicated concepts. You understand what I'm saying. My words are not difficult to understand. You just need to put it into practice. Then this is an invitation just to summarize a little bit what we have said, to change your life right here, right now, and choose differently. And start acting in a way that will give you results, that will transform anything or everything in your life. It can be done. I have done it. And I'm not smarter or wiser than you. If I have learned through my life all these things that I'm trying to share with you, you also can do it. I believe in you. Is there anything else you want to know? Any question? No? Then we are going to stop here because it's late. We started a bit late. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a pleasure, and I hope you learned something.